An adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Just as an adjective makes the meaning of a noun or a pronoun more definite, an adverb makes the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverb more definite. An adverb tells you where, when, how, or to what extent, or how much or how long. Here we have a couple of examples. Let's look at the first one in each part. They said the forest fire started here. So here is modifying started. It's telling you where it started. In the next one, Lewis promptly rounded up suspect. When did Lewis round up the suspects? Promptly. The accident occurred suddenly. How did it occur? Suddenly. To what extent? Miss Kwan was quite proud of the girls' debate team. To what extent? She was proud. How proud? To what extent? Quite proud. Same thing with she has scarcely begun the math lesson. She has begun to what extent? Scarcely. Let's look now at how these adverbs modify each of their parts, whether it's a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. We know that adverbs modify verbs, but adverbs may come before or after the words they modify. And this happens a lot with adverbs. For example, slowly the man crawled down. The adverb slowly tells how the man crawled, and the adverb down tells where he crawled. You may have noticed also that there are two adverbs here, both modifying the same verb. The second example does the same thing. I seldom see you nowadays. The adverb seldom tells to what extent I see you, and the adverb nowadays tells when I see you. Remember that adverbs may come between the parts of verb phrases. Keisha has already completed her part of the project. Notice how the adverb already is interrupting and modifies has completed. So it's right in the middle. It modifies has completed, but it's not before has completed or after. It's right in the middle. Many students did not understand the directions. The adverb again interrupts and modifies did understand. Now, if I were to ask you in that last sentence, many students did not understand the directions. If I were to ask you to underline the adverb, then you would underline not. But if I ask you to underline the verb phrase, you would not underline did not understand. You would only underline did and understand. Remember, not is an adverb, so it's not part of the verb phrase. The verb phrase that not is modifying is did understand. Adverbs are sometimes used to ask questions. As for these examples, where are you going and how did you do on the test? Before we discuss how adverbs modify adjectives, we need to discuss adverbs or adjectives. Because many adverbs end in ly, but many of these adverbs are formed by taking adjectives and adding the ly. That's why we have these two adjectives here, bright and loud. Both of them, by adding ly, turn them into adverbs, brightly and loudly. Yet some words ending in ly can be used as adjectives. For example, friendly. We have the word friend and we added ly, and that turns it into an adjective. Just like monthly and lonely. So you got to be very careful with this. You have to learn these words. Identify them as what they are. These are adjectives. Just look at how they're being used in the sentence. What is it modifying? You identify what it's modifying, then you'll be able to classify it as either an adverb or an adjective. Adverbs modifying adjectives. This is very simple. An example is, an unusually fast starter, Karen won the race. The adverb unusually is modifying the adjective fast, telling how fast the starter was. Our committee is especially busy at this time of year. The adverb especially modifies the adjective busy, telling to what extent the committee is busy. And last, adverbs modifying other adverbs. Elena finished the problem more quickly than I did. The adverb more is modifying another adverb, which is quickly, telling how quickly Elena finished the problem. Remember, Elena finished the problem more quickly than I did. How did she finish the problem? Quickly than I did. How quickly? More quickly. Our guest left quite abruptly. The adverb quite modifies the adverb abruptly, telling to what extent our guest left.